Hi, I'm gonna make a quick update on a project that I'm working on right now. I'm making a 2D game in XNA using C#, and what I'll show you is roughly 10 days of work. I haven't really decided yet exactly what the game will be about, but I made most of the graphics engine, and I also made an internal tool that I'm gonna demonstrate here that I use to draw the levels or the tile maps or the maps or whatever you want to call it. But here we are creating a new level, and we'll set the dimensions to 32 pixels by 32 and 32 pixels by 26. And that's going to create a new level for us with the dimensions that we put in. Ta-da! So here we have a new map, and we wanna, it's pretty empty right now, so we're gonna draw something on it. So we'll create a new layer, which is the background layer, and it's a tile layer, so we'll use it to draw the tiles on. So in order to draw anything on that layer down there, we have to load a tile set from the game resource library. And this is loaded via the asset name from the game content library. So it's actually loaded the same way as it would be loaded in the game. So the editor compiles the resource file during runtime into XNMB files the same way as the content library would during build, and uses them the same way as the game would. Now our active tile set is displayed here in the editor, and now we can start drawing on this layer. I've been making the editor and the game sort of in parallel, so the editor is really all thrown together, so that's why it doesn't look fancy or anything like that. It's just get it done so I can do stuff. So at this point, the editor isn't really doing anything revolutionary, if it ever will. It's just there to do the basic functionality, which is to bake the bake the levels. So it's all very thrown together, as you can totally see by looking at the high quality tools that I've made here. They're totally done in Paint, by the way. So yeah, this is really a drag. I probably need to make a fill tool or something like that. So, okay, so we'll make this a bit more interesting by adding some darker grass here. And here we can have some, we can, we have it over here too. And and like, I don't know, this is, it's perfect. So let's add some random stuff here, and we can. Oops, I always forget that. New layer, objects layer, or something like objects layer. And this is a tile layer, so add that. And we'll add some rocks, perhaps, here and there. A few here, a few there. Something like this, and there. That's a cool bush. I have no idea what this is. Oh. The graphics that you're seeing right now isn't graphics going to be part of the game. They're just here for testing right now, and I've downloaded them from a open source art collections website. Right now I have no idea what the hell I'm gonna make graphics wise. We'll add some trees here and there. So the layers are rendered in the order that they're displayed here. Right now everything is just images. There's no logic on the level. So we're going to add an entity layer. And the entity layer holds all the entities, which is a component that holds some sort of logic in it. We'll just have to place a player entity here. I can go crazy and place multiple player entities. Depends how civilized I want to be. We're mostly going to place the invisible entities here though, and the invisible entity is just holding collision logic. So whenever entities walk into these, they're going to interact on the collision layer sort of. So you can't walk into these, they are solid. And we can hide that. We'll also want to add it on the sides of the map so you can walk outside. Because that would be just crazy. That would not work in any order. Say something. And we don't need to add one there. So right now the map has some logic in it as well, which is kind of cool, I guess. If you disagree, you suck. And then we'll add the last layer here, which is the top layer, and we'll draw the top on the trees. And if that was a tree, it wasn't. So now, since I'm doing this on a separate layer, it's gonna add a little bit of depth to the level. So the player is able to walk behind it, but not through it. So magic. Wow. I think we made a pretty nice looking map. Just, yeah, nice. So I'll save that and I'll load it up in my game. And let's see what happens. And here it is. The character is walking around and he can't walk into the trees, but he can walk behind them. He can't walk into these stuff that's laying around. So this is, that's basically where I'm at right now. This is really boring so far. I can't do anything. I'm gonna need to add more entities. This is just like the player and the solid entities, and that's that. Oh, and I'm Batman.